Well, it is the hit selector on 88.2 Sanyu FM. I am Crystal, and I'd now like to introduce my guest on Celeb Select, Aamito Lagum. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you? Thank you
I'm
for having me.
fine. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
I've seen you've been a very busy bee. You're doing quite a lot of things.
Yes,
In the
I've
last
been
couple of
busy.
weeks.
I have been so busy. I haven't gotten any rest. Usually, time in Uganda for me is chill out with family, but it's also good to be home and working, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm preparing for a master class, and it's basically inviting creatives to come together, learn about the business, learn how to make money in the business, because most times as a creative person in Uganda, especially in the fashion industry, our parents don't think it's very profession, quote
Yes.
unquote.
It was lawyer, doctor.
Exactly. So this masterclass is basically to teach you how to turn your business into a money-making business and a profession and something very serious,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. Now we want to get to know how you got to where you are now. By the time you even feel like coming back to Uganda
Yeah.
and sharing what you have learned on your
Yeah.
journey. So let's start with where you were born.
I was born in Rubaga Hospital.
Rubaga, just here.
just here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born there. I lived in Kampala my whole life. Obviously, as every Ugandan or most Ugandans, we always go home to visit our grandparents in the village where our parents were born or something like that.
And that's Kitgum for you.
Yes, that's Kitgum for me. So yeah, I always go see my grandparents there, and it's always a great experience,
So growing up, where did you go to school though?
Kampala, St. Jude, Katikamu, and UCU.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at some point, your mom went back to.
Yes.
I was reading your story.
Yes,
Your mom went back to live with your
at
grandparents.
at some point we went back to the village with my grandparents in between there. But it wasn't, a very long period of time. And we came back to the city, and I continued with school here.
Okay. And you were raised by a single mother?
Yes, I was raised by a single mother.
Did you ever know your father?
I do know him.
Okay.
But he wasn't in our lives. My father spends a lot of time in the UK. He's English.
Okay.
Well, he's Ugandan, but now he's English. So yeah, he lived in England all my life.
So
I guess.
growing up, you didn't really have any
No.
contact with
No.
him. When you said our lives, how many siblings do you have?
Oh, I'm an only child.
Oh, okay. So you
Shout
mean
out to
you and
only
your mom.
children.
Only child?
Yes, isn't that
Oh.
crazy?
I can't imagine it.
Right.
I'm like the last of four.
Really?
So I think I probably got the good side of things.
Right.
What's it like being an only child?
I don't know. You have your own bedroom. You don't share your stuff. I mean, everything is about you. So yes, I do enjoy my only child life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you have cousins around you?
Oh,
growing
absolutely.
up?
Absolutely.
So you still had
Yeah.
kind of siblings,
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely.
Because most people say only children are really spoiled.
No, I did have so many cousins around me growing up, so many nephews around me. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it didn't feel like an only child sort of upbringing.
Okay. And what about school? What about school? You were really tall.
Yes.
And what age were you when you discovered you were much taller, or noticed that you were much taller than your classmates?
From the time I think I was about 8, that's from the time I was around 7 or 8 years old, I started to notice I'm a little bit more taller than all the boys in class, a little bit more awkward. The school uniform doesn't fit well because I'm a little bit skinny. And when I was in high school and all the girls are filling up their uniform, mine was just, I was just lunky and just whoosh. Yeah, it was a little awkward growing up.
Were you ever teased?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's too tall, she's too dark, you're just too tall. Mostly it was me being extremely too tall, taller than all the S6s, taller than,
And what class were
Yeah,
you
this
in by
is like
then?
an S2. So
Ooh.
this is like an S2 and you're taller than all the people in S6. So it's a little bit awkward. Yeah, when you stand on assembly and people behind can't see. And I was a student who loved to sit in the front. So
Okay.
so I love to sit in the front of class, and then everyone's like, "Oh my God, Aamito, like just put down your head or something." So
Aw. So how did
it's
you
very
handle it?
awkward. I
Did
don't
you just
know.
take it in your stride, or did it ever
Yeah.
get you down?
No, I don't, probably it did at the time. I don't remember really, but I think it did get me down at the time. But then there's a point in my life where I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm tall. There's nothing. I'm not going to cut off my legs. I'm not going to cut off my arms. Like,
That's the body
what
you've
am I
been
going to do?
given.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I might as well just embrace it. And then from that time, I started even wearing heels to just be like, listen, I am tall, but yeah, I'm going to wear heels. So deal with it yourself.
So because you were really tall, you decided to try modeling.
Yes, I did get a lot of comments. Oh, you could be a model. Oh, you could do that. And I did feel it in me a little bit. So my S4 Vogue, S6 Vogue, I tried here and there, Papa. Yeah, I did try modeling in the Ugandan scene before.
So that was like on the catwalk at fashion
Yeah,
shows.
different fashion shows in Uganda. Around Kampala, I did Uganda Fashion Week. Yeah, it was, I think, by Papa, by Santa Anzo. I did lots of shows. Oh, I worked with Gloria Wavamuno a lot of times. I worked with different designers here in Uganda. So yeah, I did do modeling gigs, like they call them.
Little gigs.
Yes, little
You
gigs.
got your feet wet.
Yes, exactly. So
The first time you were on a runway, were you calm? Was it like natural to you, or did you have a moment like, oh my God, I hope I don't fall?
No, at the back of your mind, you just always have that moment. Oh my God, I hope I don't fall. Oh my God. But it just felt like home. You know what I mean? It felt like this is the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. This is my purpose. It just felt like,
How old were you when you felt that?
I was probably 16. Yeah, but I
Okay.
did feel really confident. I felt in my zone. I felt like this is what I want to be doing for a really long period of time in my life. Yeah. So that's how I felt.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
I'm now going to play your first request, which is Unforgettable.
Yes.
French Montana.
Yes, love that song.
You love it. All right, here it is. Unforgettable. It is a hit selector on 88.2 Sanyu FM, and I'm chatting with Aamito Lagum on Celeb Select.
Yes.
Normally, I mean, people have complicated names when they become models and they go out there, and then your name is straightforward.
Yeah,
So,
my name is
so
straightforward.
you never had to tell anyone, no, this is how you pronounce my name.
Well, some people, because my name starts with double A. Some people go Aamito. I'm like, no, it's just Aamito. Like,
Aamito.
yeah, it's weird.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So you were saying by the time you were 16 and you started modeling, you felt like you had found your purpose. You
Yeah.
were in the zone.
Yes, I
right?
did. Yeah.
Okay. And then Africa's Next Top Model came up.
Yes, Africa's Next Top Model came.
Did someone point it out to you?
Yes.
How did you hear about it?
So, a friend, a fashion designer, actually Gloria Wavamuno, sent me a Facebook message, and she's like, Africa's Next Top Model is on. Why don't you go do the audition? You never know. And I was a little bit hesitant, of course.
And the
because-
auditions were in Nairobi.
Yes, they were in Nairobi. So there were auditions in Tanzania, Nairobi, and different other African countries. So initially, I thought maybe I would do Tanzania because I thought many Ugandan girls were going to the Nairobi one. So what were the chances? So I was like, maybe I'll just go to Tanzania. But then 2 days before the Nairobi audition, I just woke up and told my mom, I want to try this audition. Obviously, she was hesitant. She was like, you've done this modeling thing. Now it's not bringing out anything. And, yeah, like a normal Ugandan parent. Yeah, it's not, she hasn't brought out anything.
What
Why
is
don't you
this?
just get a job Yeah, I was like, okay, mom, this is the last time I'll try it. Like, but let me just give it a shot.
Did
So
you really say that? It was
yeah.
your last
Yeah,
time?
yeah. It was like an ultimatum for both me and my mom. I was like, this is the last time I'm going to try this modeling thing. If it doesn't work, I'll know I tried, I'll know I've given it a shot. It didn't work. It wasn't for me. I love it, but, I'll move on like happily. And my mom, we hit a middle ground, and my mom was like, okay. And so I took the bus 2 days later, and I arrived in Nairobi that morning, and I did the audition. And should I say the rest is history there? Or yeah, and the
Did they
rest
let
is
you know
history.
like straight away that you were gonna go through, or
No,
they got in
so-
touch with you later?
Oh, so the thing is, so while I was in Nairobi, so the way the audition is made, so you go into groups inside, and they choose, and then whoever they choose stays, whoever they don't choose goes out, and then they put you again in another group like that until you get to like top 20 or something like that.
Okay.
So I kept on, going into the next group, and it reached 7:00 p.m. and there was still, like more groups, I guess. There was still more people than they wanted. And my time to come back to Uganda had arrived. I was like,
You had to
okay.
get your bus
Yeah, like I
back.
had to get my bus back, man. And so I told one of the producers, I was like, listen, my bus is leaving in like the next 30 minutes. So I have to go. If not, like, you guys are gonna have to get me a hotel or something.
Put me up somewhere.
Yeah. So the guy was like, okay, just give me a few minutes. I'll get back. And so he goes inside. I think they talk, whatever. And then he comes back outside, and he's like, okay, Aamito, pick up your bags. I just want to let you know that we shall call you. I was like, whoa, like, we shall call you? Anyway, I was really polite in my face, but in my mind, I was like, what do you mean? We shall call you? We shall call you? Yes, we shall call you? No? Like, what does that mean? Yeah, so it's a little bit confusing for me. So I took the bus to come back home, confused. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe that wasn't it.
Okay.
It wasn't my time. Yeah, so...
And then you got the call.
And then I got the call 2 weeks or 3 weeks later
Did you do a
from
happy
Oluchi
dance? Did you
herself.
do a happy
Oh
dance?
no, I screamed because I always scream. I was like, oh my god, it's Oluchi!
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was quite a moment.
I watched you on the show. I will say I
Oh,
watched
you
you on
did?
the show, and you kept getting stronger and stronger every week.
Right.
In the beginning, you were really
Shaky.
nervous and shaky, which I can imagine. I mean,
Right.
for everyone, and you were
Right.
quite young as well.
Right.
So
right.
that was like a massive opportunity for you.
It was.
Do you even remember it clearly, or it's like a
Oh,
blur
absolutely.
now?
I do remember everything clearly. Because it was a very surreal moment for me, and like every part in the competition played its role, like to the end product, or to the end of it all. But yeah, I do remember everything. It was hard from the beginning. I mean, I did win the very fast challenge.
Yes.
And then from there, like, I wasn't winning anything until like, until there was about like maybe 4 girls left or something like that. So yeah, it was very shaky. I was very shaky in the middle there.
What did you learn from it? I mean, that has helped you moving on past the show.
Hard work. There's no way around it. Yeah, there's no way around it. You can work smart, you can work whatever they call it, but hard work also has to be a part of it, of a part of your package of success, if I may say. Yeah, and also patience, because in fashion there's a lot of waiting. You have to wait for your makeup to get done. You have to wait for your hair to get done. You have to sit and wait for the photographer to finish shooting the other girl. You have to. So it taught me a lot of patience. That's one of the virtues that I didn't have.
You didn't have before?
No. Yeah.
I'm now going to ask you for your second request. Formation,
Yeah.
Beyonce. Why this song?
Oh, everybody loves Beyonce. Come on. I do love Beyonce. I feel like she makes me feel powerful. Every time I listen to her music, I'm like, yes, I'm a woman. I'm a strong black woman, and I can do this. So
Okay, here it is, Formation.
My daddy Alabama, mama Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole, make a Texas Bama. I like my baby hair with baby hair and afro. I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5.
You
Yes.
talked about Africa's Next Top Model. It taught you patience, which was
Patience.
not one of your virtues, and hard work
Yes.
as well. A lot of people, I think, when they look at models and they see them on the cover of magazines and you know, you watch the fashion channel and you see them at shoots, they think it's all, you know, high flying
right.
lifestyle,
Right.
champagne, chocolate,
Right.
and jetting this way and back. Is it? Or is
Well,
that part of it?
no, maybe yes, but I'm gonna say this: it is just a little bit of the fun of it, the fun side of it, but a lot of it is so much hard work that you have no idea. Like, it's crazy. Like, these long hours. So when we're on those sets shooting for covers, we work for over 18 hours or 20 hours. So
Okay.
with no sleep, you have to look beautiful. Yeah, with no sleep, and you have to have a great attitude. Do you know people who have, like, do you have a bad attitude when you wake up and you haven't slept
And you're
enough?
grumpy,
Yeah, you're
yes.
grumpy. Yes, but no, but when you're working, you have to have a great attitude. You have to make everybody feel confident. The photographer, the makeup artist. It's your job as a model to sort of make the makeup artist feel like the job they're doing is amazing, even if they know it.
Wow.
Yes, because as a model, you have to be, oh my God, I love this makeup. Oh my God, I love the outfit. You tell the photographer, oh my God, this picture is amazing. Everybody feels comfortable when the model has a great attitude, when the model is helpful on set, when the model is confident, because everything just comes together. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's a very interesting way of looking at it. Because
Yes.
most people would think that the model is drawing confidence and inspiration from everyone else.
well,
but you kind of are the focal
yes,
point, right?
you are the end result, because the designer has put in work, the makeup artist has put in work, the hairstylist has put in work, everybody has put in work. So now the end result is the model. It's now your time. It's now time for you to bring this whole creative idea to life. So now it's you, and it's all you. So if you mess it up, if you mess it up, you are messing up the whole project. So yeah.
Okay, so after you won the show, you got a 1-year contract, and then you were signed on to a modeling agency as well. Did you ever feel like in the early days are like, oh my God, what have I signed myself up for? This is too hard.
Yes, I still do feel that now. Yeah, I still feel that now. But I think that, sometimes we're given opportunities for a reason. God just doesn't give you something because, oh, he likes you more. No, he gives it to you for a reason. He gives it to you to inspire others. And I do feel lucky. Because of the position that I'm in, I live in New York. I'm leaving one of my wildest dreams. I had that dream. I was like, oh, I want to live in New York, but it was just a dream. Like, I never thought or ever imagined that it would actually happen, but then it happened. So sometimes I do feel ungrateful, just like any other person. And I'm like, but why? Why is this happening? Why is that happening?
I'm tired.
I'm tired. Yeah, but then I also remember that how far I've come and how far God has brought me, and how many people like you support me, and how they would feel if I just stopped everything, packed my shit, and just maybe came back to Uganda and I don't know, owned a
gave
farm
up.
and gave up basically. So yeah, I do remember that often of times, and I just pick up myself and like, okay, listen to some Beyonce and and get back on track.
Information.
Yes, and get information.
So you landed some pretty big covers, magazine covers, and a lot of like the world was like, wow. I mean, because I think when you hit New York, your
Yes.
look was also very different.
Right.
Was that a good thing right from the start, or?
Yeah, there is pros and cons to it. There's some jobs that you can do, some jobs that they're like, oh no, she's too different, we're not booking her. But like, yeah, you can have it all, can you?
No.
So
That's a little nugget right there.
yeah.
Sometimes we're greedy. We want it all.
Yeah, we want it all, but sometimes you have to remember, no, leave some for other people. Okay? The world has enough space for each and every one of us. So yeah, we should remember that.
So how did you find your way to being on the cover of Elle magazine and
Allure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I would say I'm very grateful that I do have a great agency. It's one of the best in New York City and in the world.
Okay.
DNA. I signed, when I won Africa's Next Summer, I signed a 3-year contract with them, and then the contract expired, but then they renewed it until when I'm tired. So my contract is ongoing. Yeah, so they're one of the great agencies in America, and also they have they have experience, a lot of experience. They have so many clients, and so Allure and Elle is just one of their clients. Elle UK is in London. I do have a great agency in London as well. So all these people put a lot of work, and they push me to different clients. They're like, book Aamito, she's great, and stuff like that. So I think I'm lucky in that area and blessed that I do have like a great support system who believe in me and who believe in my success, and yeah.
Okay. Is there room for dating?
Yes.
In your life? That yes was very strong. Yay.
Yes.
Are you with someone right now?
No.
Okay. Were you and it didn't work out, or?
No, the thing is, it's just like, as a fashion model, you travel so much. You work long hours. And my philosophy or my thinking or my idea is just like listen, how are you gonna be able to juggle? Like, I want to reach a certain point in my life. You know how they say work so you don't have to introduce yourself.
Okay.
So excuse me, I'm trying to get to that point where I don't have to go to as many castings. I don't have to go to as many go-sees, where I get direct bookings and stuff like that. And then maybe I can, get someone. But then, hey, if I meet someone now, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I like that. I like that attitude. I like
Yeah.
that attitude. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you for your next request. Eddie Kenzo, Jubilation.
I love Eddie Kenzo. I met Eddie Kenzo for the first time, I don't know, 7 years ago at an airport. At the airport. Yes, the airport.
Okay.
And I love his music. I'm one of his supporters, one of his fans, and we are friends.
Okay.
So definitely, yes. And that
Okay.
song is really great too. Yeah,
It is. It is. Jubilation. It's a hit selector on 88.2 Sanyu FM, and I am Crystal, chatting with Aamito Lagum right now.
Yes.
She said she has space in her life for dating. So I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
So if you have the courage, please do step up and say hey.
Yeah.
Now, you were part of a campaign by MAC.
Yes.
And they put out this really close-up photo of you and with your lips, and then
The whole
things
world went crazy.
How did you handle that?
I'm a very chilled person. I think it comes from my Ugandan. We are very chilled. In Uganda, nothing is an emergency. That's one thing. Yeah, we're very chilled people.
That's true.
And
that's true.
when I told Americans out there, like I was very chill. They're like, oh my God, how could you not react to this? But for me, it was just like, oh, okay.
So you
Okay,
took it in your
cool.
stride.
Yeah, I did take it in my stride, and it was a big deal, obviously, because someone coming at you so
And their gender
horrendously.
lines there and all
Yes,
of that.
but then also there was so many people there to defend me, so it was just perfect. I had to just sit back, relax, and drink some tea and just watch the internet get crazy. It was amazing though.
So you actually followed it? Like
Yes.
what the comments were? Because some people just stay away from it. They don't even want to read the comments or
Well,
know what's
by the
happening.
time I got to see it, obviously all the comments had gone, like, everything had gone crazy. Like, my agency was calling me, like, interviews were people, blogs were writing me emails. like everything had gone crazy by the time I got to see it. So I went back to the comments and people had already screenshots. Mail Online UK had already like the screenshots and everything. New York Times called me for an interview. So it was, yeah. I mean, it was a little madness.
It was insane.
Yeah,
huh?
it was insane. Yeah.
Do you feel beautiful?
I do. Absolutely. I do feel beautiful. Mostly when I'm wearing a t-shirt and bare feet.
A t-shirt and bare feet.
Yeah.
Is this something that has come over time, or did you always have that? Because it starts with self-esteem.
Yes, it does.
Really is self-esteem.
It is self-esteem. I think that over time it has gotten better. You look at yourself sometimes in the morning and you're like, oh my God, today my face is just so fat. Like I can't deal with it. And then the next day is like, oh my God, I just love how my face is skinny today. Everything is in place. Like I love it today. So it's different times, but also like with time, it has gotten better. Like you appreciate the things, like your flaws, you appreciate your flaws because those are the ones that make you you. So yeah, I've gotten better with it as time goes on. And I do feel more beautiful every day.
Okay. And
Yeah.
in the modeling industry, I mean, you hear a lot of stories about models who are anorexic or bulimic and about the struggle to
Right.
stay skinny. Is that the reality on the ground? Do many girls struggle with that?
Yes, you do have to strike a balance. Well, I'm so lucky that I work in New York City, and there's all these things that are offered to you in New York City, like a nutritionist, a trainer, and you have an agency to sort of advise you. It's like if you're a little bit getting out of shape a little bit, they tell you, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to eat your vegetables and eat your, protein to get back in shape, and the nutritionist helps
I tell
you.
you what, there's some people surprised by that because some people think, someone that's naturally blessed, they'll never put on an ounce of weight.
No.
So you
Even
have
when-
to watch your weight. And
Yeah, you do have to watch your weight. You do have to keep healthy also for your peace of mind, Like you have to eat healthy. You have to feed your body, and then your body will feed your mind, and then you'll be in a great attitude to be able to work. Clients will be happy. You'll be pleasant. Because honestly, if I don't eat, I'm a very grumpy person.
Okay.
I'm like really mean when I don't eat. Like
You're not a nice person.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Like when I'm hungry, like I get so mean. So like I have to eat and I have to be healthy at the same time, because you work long hours, so you need to be able to have that stamina to go on and go on and go on. So yes, body image is a great problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look back at all the different modeling shoots you've done, what was your worst experience?
Good one. I can't think of any right now. Worst experience.
Or one that was really difficult?
It wasn't really difficult, but then there was one time in Paris, I was doing this shoot near the Eiffel Tower, and I just heard, because I'm nosy, I heard the stylist telling the other stylist or the photographer that, we can't put Aamito in that outfit because the client doesn't like black models wearing her clothes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's what I heard. I felt that was a bit, discouraging. I texted my agency real quick and I was like, okay, I just heard this. And, there's really nothing you can do there. Because you're black, you're not going to become white tomorrow.
No.
So, I don't know. Like, again, it goes back to having a tough skin, brush it off and keep your head high and move on to the
move on.
next. Yeah.
Okay. And what about your best experience, most memorable?
Memorable. I think that was that's when I got confirmed for the cover of Allure and Elle. When you get confirmed for a cover, it's pretty amazing.
It's pretty
Yeah,
exciting.
it's pretty exciting.
Okay, all right. So right now you are based in New York. Do you ever see yourself eventually coming back to live in Uganda? Do you have any projects? Maybe you're farming somewhere secretly in the village?
I don't know. I think that even if I have a firm, I can just come back every 3 months and check on my firm and go back. But that being said, I don't know what the future holds. I like to take one day at a time. And I hope for the best. And Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, pleasure having you. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
coming on Celeb Select.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we've enjoyed your story. Definitely
you.
enjoyed your story. I mean, you've talked about so many lessons that you've learned
Yes.
along the way and how important it is to have a tough skin,
Yes.
to be able to brush things off.
Yes.
Any advice just to anyone listening right now?
Patience. Everything comes at its own time. And the timing is always the best. And just keep positive. Keep your space positive. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but
Is that the people you surround yourself
yes, exactly. The
with?
people you surround yourself with, your support system, people who believe in you. Just keep your energy, the space around you positive, because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to succeed when you have like a clean space around you. Because I've noticed that over time, like the times that I've gotten the great jobs that I've gotten confirmed about, maybe covers or good editorials or like very big money jobs, is when my energy is great, is when I'm grateful, is when I'm happy, and the times when the pictures come out and they're amazing pictures also is when I'm happy and pleasant and my energy is great. So yeah, keep your space positive, your energy is positive. I think that's very, very important, and people should begin to sort of learn to do that.
Should actually really make an effort
Yes,
for that.
make an effort to do that.
Okay, thanks again for coming through.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Your last song, Irene Ntale.
Yes.
He Go Down.
Yes, go down. I'm obsessed with Irene Ntale. I love Ugandan music, by the way. Let me just say that.
Nice.
Yeah, I do love Ugandan music, and I love Irene Ntale. I think she's very fun, and that song is very nice to dance to. So
Okay.
it makes me happy.
Here it is. He Go Down.
Big nose from the bitches. Irene into the magical. Da 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 da. Give me the ting, give me the ting. Okay. Da 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 down down da 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 down da 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 da. He go down na 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 down na 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 na. He go down na 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 na.